But of course, you've been talking a lot about the potential for wrongdoing or potential for foul play given the wide open border.
Well, the dipshits sprung into action this morning following the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, a 1.6-mile long bridge near the port that was struck by a cargo ship leaving the port that had lost power, which is why it struck the bridge. The reaction to this, largely has been just shock at the video that I'll get to in a minute here. And then you have the other side that, of course, the dipshits completely have lost their minds. And I'm not talking about just randos online. There are those as well. But people currently in the U.S. government and one person running for Congress. I'm sure one of them is in the thumbnail because she's a fucking idiot. But we'll get to that. And it isn't just the conspiracies, which, look, we don't know why the ship lost power. I don't know how these ships operate, so I can't speculate myself. I'm not a moron, so I'm not going to go espousing things I don't know anything about. But there's another half of this that is, of course, somehow has turned this into blaming DEI, which I am in between trying to laugh at how stupid this is to just being incredibly, depressed or just disturbed at the level of stupidity that lives among us. So this video was tweeted out, or at least shared, by Omar Jimenez of, I believe, of CNN. Yes, CNN. So I'm going to show you the video here. Keep in mind, I'll get to why in a second, but luckily there weren't many people on the bridge at the time. So this could have been, of course, the result could have been a lot worse than it appears. But just an insane thing to watch. This video, I believe, was built, or this bridge, I believe, was built in 1977. And, of course, is a key roadway for cargo ships going to and from the port. And now, I assume, it's going to have to be rebuilt, which could take years, potentially. This gives you a better idea of the scale of the bridge. It is a massive bridge. Again, 1.6 miles long. Cargo ship itself is massive, so you can imagine just the size of this bridge. Now, a little more from this. So this is from the Baltimore Banner. Maryland Governor Wes Moore said the ship's crew had notified authorities of a mayday caused by a power issue that enabled transportation officials to stop traffic traveling over the bridge. So they were warned ahead of time that this ship was having issues. They were warned by the crew. Emergency crews ensured that there weren't people going over the bridge. The governor going on to say here, I have to say I'm thankful for the folks who, once the point came up and notification came up that there was a mayday, Moore said, who literally, by being able to stop cars from coming over the bridge, these people are heroes. They save lives. There are 2 people missing. So officials said that 2 members of a construction crew that was on the bridge at the time, they were apparently repairing potholes, had been rescued, while 6 people missing, 2 people rescued. There were 8 altogether who I guess were on the bridge at the time. Amazingly, 2 people did survive, but 6 are still missing. And there's a little more on that here from Justin Fenton here. The missing men are from El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Mexico, and live in Dundalk and Highlandtown. They are in their 30s and 40s with spouses and children. All of them came to the city for a better life. Quote, they are all hardworking, humble men. So, this is incredibly tragic. It's lucky that this happened at 1:30 in the morning. We can only imagine how much worse this could have been. But it is tragic that these lives are likely lost because of this accident. And this is the mayor of Baltimore, Brandon Scott, with a few of his comments here.
Everyone, this is a unthinkable tragedy. We have to first and foremost pray for all of those who are impacted, those families. Pray for our first responders and thank them, all of them working together, city, state, local.
Now, the reason why I'm showing you this video, this otherwise unremarkable clip, is because this was tweeted out by several dipshits. Whoever this person is, I I don't know even know what this name is, but I am yes, you are no. Almost 300,000 followers. Saying here, this is Baltimore's DEI mayor. Diversity, equity, inclusion mayor for some reason. I wonder why they are saying that. On the collapsed Francis Scott Key Bridge. It's going to get so much worse. Prepare accordingly. Someone else here. This guy is running for Congress. Anthony Sabatini, Republican candidate for Congress in Florida's 11th. He's a chairman of the Lake GOP, an attorney at a law firm, saying DEI did this to try and claim the mayor of Baltimore, who is a black man, is only there because of DEI, is, for one, clearly racist. Secondly, incredibly stupid. This is Baltimore. He won with, 70% of the vote in 2020. You get into public office because people voted for you. Here is Maria Bartiromo on Fox News. Just for some reason, bringing up the border during a discussion on the bridge.
There is. Let me also get your take on what's going on in terms of world affairs. The White House has issued a statement on this saying that there's no indication of a nefarious intent in the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge. The ship involved in the collapse of the bridge is 948 feet long, called the Dolly, a Singaporean flagged container. But of course, you've been talking a lot about the potential for wrongdoing or potential for foul play given the wide open border. That is why you have been so adamant. Why has the Republicans had such a hard time securing this border? The president says he's not going to take his executive action. You know that.
Why is the border being brought up in a discussion about the bridge? Or maybe it's vice versa. Why is the bridge being brought up in this discussion about the border? This is an attempt to try again and connect fears, unfound fears, to various political issues that support your side. Here we get to Marjorie Taylor Greene. There should be a serious investigation into the horrifying tragedy of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Maryland. Is this an intentional attack or an accident? Now, again, it's, a random Twitter account is still a problem if they have hundreds of thousands of followers. This is even more a problem when you are a sitting congressperson tweeting out trash like this. I'm starting to think that Marjorie Taylor Greene is a DEI hire because she's too fucking stupid to be in any position of power. This is the video she tweeted out. So this guy who makes a living off of conspiracy theories shows how the boat lost power, which it did. That's why there was a mayday ahead of time. Look, again, I don't know why the boat lost power. I'm sure we'll find out more. But if this was intentional, choosing 1:30 a.m. for an attack is an interesting choice, especially when it's a boat that you have very little control over if you're hacking the boat, cutting the power to, which is what's being suspected here by this guy. Is that there's no guarantee you'd be successful. Secondly, why would you choose 1:30 a.m. and give minutes ahead of time to crews to be able to clear the bridge? I'm losing my mind at how many of these people have lost their minds. So I guess we've all gone crazy in some sense. This guy too. Again, these are randos, but the reason why I'm showing you them is because they have large followings. Large followings, these massive dipshits tweeting out things they don't know anything about. Now, as I said, 6 people are still missing. And here is Joe Biden.
I've directed my team to move heaven and earth to reopen the port and rebuild the bridge as soon as humanly possible. And we're going to work hand in hand with the support of Maryland to support Maryland whatever they ask for. We're going to work with our partners in Congress to make sure the state gets the support it needs. It's my intention that federal government will pay for the entire cost of reconstructing that bridge, and I expect the Congress to support my effort. This is going to take some time. The people of Baltimore can count on us, though, to stick with them at every step of the way until the port is reopened and the bridge is rebuilt.
All right, so Joe Biden here, to his credit, being a leader, trying to push through this effort to fully support the cost of building a new bridge. I would assume there's going to be no pushback to this in Congress, but we all know how this shit works. I'm sure there will be, because there are lots of clowns in the halls of Congress.